Welcome, crypto fam, to number one daily Bitcoin pod. As you can see, Bitcoin correcting back in the red. We just declined under 80,000 in today's show. I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis and quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser. The world is beginning to understand that Bitcoin is really going to be the world reserve currency. We'll also be discussing Atkins becomes the next SEC chairman, but what's next for the crypto industry? We'll also be discussing top Bitcoin miners produced nearly $800 million worth of Bitcoin just in the first quarter of 2025, as well as tokenized gold volume hits 1 billion for the first time since 2023, U.S. banking crisis. We'll also be discussing Bitwise doubling down on a 200,000 bitty price target amid the ongoing trade tension. Also breaking news, Florida takes a bold step to add Bitcoin to their state treasury reserve. That's right, the state of Florida is to buy up to $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin if this bill is passed. No one is bullish enough. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Yesterday we had a hell of a pump, but we've corrected some since then. We did go back above 83,000 yesterday. Almost had a God candle. We had a bottom of like 74.5 and a top of like 83.5. So it was like $9,000 on the daily. Today we pull back some, as you can see. Great BTF opportunity back in the $79,000 range. Shout out everyone in the live chat. This is a try stream, streaming live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Good to see Emilio, Short Coin, DNA Noonan. What it do? Corey, hey JV, listening from work. I listen every day. And in the ride home, bought a few more sats today. Congrats, brother. Buying a little every week. Love the show. Right back at you. Safe travels. Good day. Good to have you back here, Emilio. Shout out Shandy 10 Music, number one Bitcoin music channel. Make sure you guys are subscribed. And we do have a live poll. I asked the question for April Bitcoin price cycle peak. What do you think it'll likely be? Let me know, as the show is live and interactive, and towards the end of the stream, we'll end the poll and I'll read the results. Also note, all comments and quotes on the live stream will get reposted and shouted out in real time. Yesterday we had, geez Louise, I don't know, 10,000 or so people. I don't even know the exact number, but we had a hell of a big show, which was awesome. All thanks to you guys for helping to blow up the stream. If we can do that again today, it'll help out tremendously, as that's how we hack the algorithm and orange pill the masses, taking over the world like a young pinky in a brain. Erico, what up? Gavin, consistent, great show. Greetings from Switzerland. Switzerland in the building. Shout out Nash, EST. I'm going to go ahead and start reposting everybody. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome everyone again. There is a new SEC chairman. So Nipinator, his position, he was interim chairman while Gary left us before they, refilled his position. So Nipinator's a little sad that his job is over, but I genuinely do feel that our chairman of the SEC, which is always going to be Nipinator in my eyes, he accomplished more in a few weeks than what Gary has accomplished in 4 years. So Atkins is your new SEC chair. If you're going to miss Nipinator, let us know. I know it's a sad time. We were all hoping Nipinator was chairman for the next 4 years, but unfortunately, Trump didn't appoint Nipinator. So it is what it is. Shout out Shandy. Thank you guys. Harry Balls, number one crypto news outlet. Respect. Just hit you with a repost. Short Coin, BTFD, great buying opportunity. Stack the biddy, stack the sats. Must be hot there. Nips is laying on the tile. Precisely, we just went on a very long walk and it's very sunny. Sunshine today. And so it's hot, very hot. So Nipinator knows what's in his best interest. He's like, screw that warm bed. I'm sitting on the cold tile today, JV. And yeah, Nipinator, man. But anyways, Thank you again, Shandy. I'll read your comment here. Bitcoin lovers, JV is live now on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Join JV and the CNA fam on the live chat. Thank you for dropping the YouTube link. And for those that don't know, it is a live and interactive stream. And the commenting you guys see on your screen is coming from the YouTube channel. So even though the bulk of our audience is on X nowadays, we strongly encourage you to visit the direct YouTube channel, cryptonewsalerts.net. Good day, GY, per, what up? Shout out East Afro King. What's good, broski? And those just joining us, without further ado, if you're new to the channel, important, smash the likes, go ahead, subscribe, ring that bell, turn on all notifications. That way you receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week. Today is pod number 1959. I'm your host, JV. It's April 10th, 2025. Yesterday, we had a hell of a pump, but today we have corrected thus far, trading below 80,000 at the time of the live stream. Let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. Yesterday, everything was in the green. Today, everything's virtually back in the red. Bitcoin maintaining just above 79.9 at the time of the live, down 2.5% on the day. Ether is a big loser, down 6%, barely trading above 15 hundo. And Leo and Tron amongst a few actually in the green here today. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. The current crypto market cap is coming in at 2.5 trillion. So we are down. We also had a Bitcoin market cap down to 1.58 trillion, roughly 115 billion worth of volume over the past 24 hours, so down 33% on the day. And the Bitcoin dominance has been maintaining at 62.5%. Ether dominance is all the way down to 7.2%, virtually the lowest I've seen it in several years, the lowest price action we have seen. Not looking good for ETH holders. Vitalik, what it do, broski? And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours, we got Onyx Coin leading the pack. Dun 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 dun. Let the boys be boys. And we have AB up 5%, followed by Pax Gold up barely 3%, 2.5% on the day. But let me know which alt, if any, you're bullish on for the bull. Highlight your motherfucking boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective on the day. Unfortunately, I mean, yesterday was nice, you just saw, but we just updated. Now everything's back in a red. I'd say 95.5 red over green. And zooming out on the weekly, I'd say 80-20 red over green. And zooming out on the monthly, yikes. Very similar scenario, maybe 85 red, 15% green. You can see Trump coin down 26%, Monero down 5%, Hex down 41%, only a handful in the green, including the infamous fart coin. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Silver lining was yesterday, we were very low in extreme fear, and we typically get a nice little bounce from then, and we did, but we've dipped since. Today we're back 39 fear, yesterday 18, last week 25, and last month 24 in extreme fear. And checking out the time chain calendar. We're currently on block number 158,200. I'm sorry, we have 158,200 blocks to the next halving. We're on block number 891,800. And you can currently exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 1,251 sats. The other day we saw it as high as 1,400, but we have recovered a lot since we hit the bottom of roughly 74 in that range. So today we can get 1,251 sats per dollar. So stack the sats, put down the gats, and pick up some Bitcoin caps from my man Sergio over at bitcoincaps.net. And if you don't know, now you know. What up? The Nipsters protesting the new SEC commissioner. Precisely. He's kind of disappointed. He likes to work. He's a working dog. He's a service dog. He's all about service to others. You know what I mean? So now he's like, what do I do? It's just not the same. So I think we need to audit the audit. He's the regulator for the regulators. Got to keep them nipping, just to keep them on their toes. Make sure we hold them accountable. How about that? We audit the audit, and that's why the Nippinator's here, just to make sure Atkins gets the job done. You know what I mean? What up, Greg? Good to have you here, broski. XCN leading the pack, baby, says Emilio. Word. Hope is all is well. All is well, Scott. Markets are down due to the meta news. That is my take. What is the meta news? Referring to like Facebook meta? Is that what we're talking about? Was there some awful news with Zuckerberg this morning I missed? Let me know. And let me hit the gong for the broskies and the bitty baddies holding down the CNA fam. Well, I greatly appreciate y'all tuned in right now. Again, as a tri-stream, we're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube, and this gong strike is for you. Markets are down. Bitcoin TA, I wish I had the bullish news, but my crystal ball indicates more pain. But TA is just that, an educated guess based on market conditions and historic near and short-term performance. How dare you disrespect the astrology for the broskies? It's a science. We know exactly where Bitcoin's going to go tomorrow, Greg. All you got to do is look at the magic 8-ball and shake it up and scratch Nippinator's belly, rub it like the magic Buddha, and see what manifests. And sometimes we summon the Bitcoin rooster dragon. You know what I mean? It all depends on the day, the astrology, the stars, the moon, all that kind of stuff. Gonna get some whiplash from the Bitcoin prices. Got my neck protected. Protect your neck, kid. Exactly. As long as your neck is protected, you should be good. Pain is gain. Max pain in this rap game. 100 billion fine for Meta, which own Facebook and Instagram, giving all the user info to China. So they just got a slap on the wrist. They're allowed to continuously sell our data. Good Lord. Is it safe to say then China owns our data? If Meta's voluntarily admitting to giving them our data, that's not good. Jeez Louise. You'd think that'd be a crime against humanity or something. But did you say 100 billion fine or 100 million? Because that's a significant amount of change. Like, what are they even worth? 100 billion, that has to be an error. That's a lot of money. 100 billion? Considering 1,000 million is 1 billion? Could it be? Or do you mean 100 million? And I would assume 100 million is nothing to the Zuckerberg. But I hope I'm wrong. Hey guys, what up, Waz Minor? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor. They not like us, and we not like them. Word. Thank you, Chandy. I'm reposting your quotes and comments now. I appreciate it. You guys are welcome to do multiple comments and quotes. And don't forget, anyone commenting and quoting the stream, you can comment and quote them. You can repost them. And it's all going to lead back to more eyes on the live stream. Thank you, JC Ice, best entertainment and Bitcoin news on the #1 Bitcoin pod. Shout out JC Ice, one of our moderators. Make sure you're following her on X. She has really good content. Shout out to the East Afro King, proof of work right there. Another great show ahead with the CNA Vam, your host JV, and Nippinator, the former chairman of the SEC. It is 100 billion. If it is, that's nuts. 100 billion. I didn't even realize they were worth that much. I mean, maybe they're worth a couple $100 billion. It's not $1 trillion company, is it? And maybe that's just like the fine and they don't have to pay it because it's civil and there's no... Like when things are criminal and you get a fine, you got to pay it because the consequence is jail. But when it's a civil fine or penalty, my understanding is you don't got to pay a damn thing. Did Alex Jones pay that multi-billion-dollar fine? I think not. Just my 2 Satoshis there. So maybe it's a big nothing burger. Shout out David Schumann. And I doubt a fine is going to impact all financial markets for Meta. Like, who cares about Zuckerberg at the end of the day? State of Florida takes bold step. Yeah, man. Florida, let's go. Paul Barron did a thorough Congress meet. What it means today. Trump is going to make the Meta pay. Good. They shouldn't be selling our data. I say shut them down, bastards. That's a serious offense. How do you feel knowing they sell your precious data without your permission? You'd think us as the users getting screwed have some say about it. We're the ones getting screwed, not the government. The government gets to... Are you going to tell me the government gets to collect a $100 billion fine for them selling our data? What about us? Shouldn't we get the money? I mean, they're selling our data. Why does the government get to financially benefit from Zuckerberg's shenanigans? Yeah, thank you. Come join my peoples. James Moliette, JV is live. Come join the fam. Zach Essen, what it do? Thank all of you guys. And happy 420 in advance. It's 419 here in Puerto Rico.
Oh, bring me up, bitty glow. Prize discovery, yeah, let it show. Bang, 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 like a B-52, we built a bitty
Stacked revolutionary love shack.
I'm stacking sats like it's Max and Stacy. Stacking sats cause tax is crazy. I'm stacking sats cause the IMF hates me. Stacking sats cause the haters don't faze me. No Diddy, no Jay-Z. Stacking the biddy like it's Nipsey and JV. Stacking the biddy like it's paper and Chandy. Stacking BTC like caffeine in my canteen. Life is a game of chess that makes biddies the damn queen. Stacking BTC till they cancel me and I can't stream. Like Biggie, it was all a dream. Now the biddy.
You finish the lines. You're cutting in and out. Try refresh your browser. Hopefully it's just you. JV, I agree. What the class action suit? Oh, it is a class. Yeah. That's what I mean. Divvy the money to all the victims. That'd be great. Buffering. Oh, maybe we are buffering. Let me check it out. Like a Michael buffer today. Could be a temporary internet issue. Shit. Let's hope it fixes itself. I'm going to turn on the Wi-Fi and turn off the Wi-Fi. It might fix it. And again, happy 420. Shit happens from time to time. I don't know what to tell you, but hopefully it fixes itself here. Usually it does. So I'm going to give it a minute, let it fix itself, and we'll continue here.
Has set me free.
Going, let's video, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade.
On my internet here, it says excellent connection on YouTube. So hopefully we're okay. It fixed itself. Glitch in the matrix.
Auto house strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold them, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
I've always been a rapper, honky cracker, but now I'm a pastor, Bitcoin stacker. Now I'm a master of the Bitcoin standard. Hit 'em up faster than the Bitcoin panda. You can't touch me with your shitcoin flow. Like, do you even Bitcoin, bruh? Let me know.
Awesome. Fixed on your end. Yeah, probably just temporary. Just keep in mind, 99% of the time our internet is fantastic, but every once in a blue moon it might dip out and then come right back. And I think that's probably what happened, because now it says excellent, and it did say, like, you know, it was in the yellow warning earlier and it fixed itself. So we should be good. Loud and clear. Excellent. Hit the gong for the bong. This is for you guys. The gong for the bong. All right, we're going to dive into our TA here, family. Happy 420. We also have 450 people on the stream. It's a try stream. We're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Former chairman of the SEC, Nippinator, behind you. He just got replaced by Paul Atkins. We'll cover that story as well here today. All right, let's get into it, family. All right, let's dive into our TA, a.k.a. Astrology for the Broskies. And you should be able to see my screen here in a second. One moment. Headline here reads, crypto trading firm warns of classic bull trap as Bitcoin tags 82.7. Again, yesterday was nice. We had a nice recovery from 74, reclaiming 83, but we're currently correcting once again. I also want to share the latest from quant analyst Plan B. He says Bitcoin correction normal, bull market dip after the 30% drop for the king crypto. And also quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, the world is beginning to understand that Bitcoin is really going to be the world reserve currency. Let me know if you agree, disagree with the high priest. And once that comes into fruition, how do you think that will impact the pretty little bitty price going up forever, Laura? You let me know your thoughts. But I want to dive into a little deeper what Plan B had to share. This anonymous analyst shared with his followers that the indicators he watches are still signaling bullishness for the king crypto. Quoting Plan B, even with today's low Bitcoin prices, my on-chain indicators still signal bull market. So in my opinion, this is a normal bull market dip and not a transition from the bull phase to the distribution phase, which is then the bear phase. And you can see here, as per the stock to flow model, Plan B's color-coded dot chart indicates the number of months until each halving. When the Bitcoin miner rewards get cut in half, we had the last halving in April of last year, with the red dots representing the beginning of the halving cycles. In the recent video update he shared, he said there's a combination of the 200-week, meaning suggesting Bitcoin may soon enter an explosive uptrend based on historical precedent. The analyst says the 200-week arithmetic and the 200-week geometric are currently running close together on the chart, signaling a possible pretty little bitty breakout. Quoting him here, it might be that the bull market is still forming and that the arithmetic mean will separate again, will diverge again from the geometric mean. One more thing on those two lines, notice that you can't have a bear market or a big crash when the 200-week and the geometric mean are together. The big crashes here in 2021 and 2022 are happening when there is a diversion between the two lines. Also here in 2018, there is a big gap between the two means. Same here in 2014 and 2015. Now, I also want to pull up some of the live charts so we can just take an honest look at where we're at via TradingView, via Coinbase. You should be able to see this on your screen. Unfortunately, we've been descending, but this is just a 10-second chart, so don't take it too serious. Zooming out from here, let's start with the 10-minute, and then we'll work our way backwards. 10-minute chart also shows you we dropped quite a bit here today. You can see red, taking us to this range. But the silver lining, there is a rising wedge formation, as you can see on your screen. But we do have a bear target, unfortunately, in play at 78. Again, we're currently just above 79.5, and we've been dropping here this morning. Zooming out from the 10-minute, we take a look at the hourly chart. And on the hourly chart, we do have a bull target, which is dope. You can see yesterday a big run up, which is reflective here in a massive green candle. The green target on your screen is currently sitting at 88,000. And we have a bear scenario sitting at just shy of 73.5. And zooming out from the hourly, taking a look at the 4-hour chart. And the 4-hour chart says it's going up forever, Laura. As you can see here, again, obvious correction, big rise up on a 4-hour, but another drop right back down. Extreme volatility. We were trading within a $9,000 range yesterday, and in my opinion, expect more extreme volatility ahead. And zooming out a little further, taking a look at the daily, you can see yesterday big green candle formed, which is awesome, and today we've lost about half those gains, but the silver lining is we're still above 79,000. At least we're nowhere near 74. But do you think we'll likely retest that current bottom, or do you think we'll bounce right back? You guys let me know your thoughts. We do have a bull scenario target on the daily sitting at 112, which would take us back to price discovery, which is currently anywhere above 109.3, which is current all-time high we achieved inauguration day in January with the Trumpster. And then we have a couple of bear scenarios. The pinky one here, just shy of 69 G's. Then we have the green bear sitting at 49,000. We also overall formation rising wedge followed by the falling wedge. Zooming out a little further, let's take a look at a weekly, and then we'll take a quick glimpse of the monthly. Weekly silver lining 124 target, cup and handle in play. Obviously, we had a hell of a run up. Leading into January when we hit the all-time high, but we've been dropping and closing bearishly since. Will we recover and close back in the green? I hope so, but we're still early in the week. We got till Sunday to see how we fare. And zooming out from the weekly, we take a look at the monthly. On the monthly chart, let's see what we got here. Past couple of months, we've had bearish candle closes. Unfortunately, we're only 10 days in April and already forming a red candle, but we're still young. We still got another 21 days to go, and you already know that's a blackjack, baby. So you guys let me know your thoughts. Where do you feel the pretty little bitty price cycle will be, at least for this month of April? And asking that question, there's also a poll in the chat. April Bitcoin cycle peak will it be between 80 and 89, 90 and 99, 100 and 109, or a new all-time high, 110,000 and above? Let me know. And towards the end of the stream, we'll end the poll and I'll read the results. Good evening, Biddy Gang. Shout out to Riggy Norwood. Still buffering for everyone? No way. Let me check on my end. It still shows excellent on my end, so if it is buffering, try a refresh and tell me if that does the trick. Hopefully it does the trick. So it seems to be good on my end. We need the Omega candle out of the blue. Samson Mao style. Well, shout out Samson Mao. Send the pretty little bitty candle, please. Blue dragon. Send it.
Welcome to the Bitcoin show. Now listen up closely, low-key, stacking BTC like Satoshis. In El Salvador with my Bitcoin broskies, raising up the biddy like Gohan. Living in a hodl house, we're not the pawns.
Let's biddy up, babe.
Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Hodl house strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
Bitcoin's ripping like a new Scottie Pippen 80 G's. We're royalty, bitty kings and queens, manifesting the kingdom that's finally come, playing chess moves. Checkmate, we won.
We're raising the roof in El Salvador. Freedom flows, IMF can't hold us no more.
Stacking BTC like Nip over at the SEC. Stacking the biddy like BTC OGs. Got to close above 82 for the pump to continue. Otherwise, we're just making lower highs. Shout out Funky Action. Appreciate you tuned in. Stream is working well in the UK. Good to hear. Omega Candle, I'm ready. Shout out War Paint. What it do? Oh, this was one of the funniest clips right there, making fun of the Disney movie. She nails it, though. The same exact... Like, sometimes dogs will do that with the underbite. I don't know how she gets the lip to do that, though. It's like next level. I'm trying to nail it. Let me know if I'm close. Trying to get it down. 79 straight to 180 would be epic. Send it. Forbes and Bloomberg analysts saying Saylor's in trouble. Going to get a margin call. The FUD never ends. You can tell that the powers that be despise Michael Saylor. I think that's safe to say. They'll be fudding him regardless. He'll be worth $10 trillion, and they'll be like, he's going to get liquidated. Just watch. Crazy, right? Can't make this shit up. That was good. My impersonation. I try. I don't know how she gets the lip to curl with the underbite because my lips get stretched out. I don't know how she does it. But she's the Disney star, not me. Jawbreakers. Oh, I remember those jawbreakers. I even remember the Infinite Gobstopper, the everlasting one from Willy Wonka. Thanks, brother. Always good to get a few different other opinions in the mix. Agree, JV? Jose Cuevo. What up, brother? Yeah, she nails that. I'm very impressed. Very impressed. I'm going to watch it again. I don't know how she gets it so on point. I'm trying, broskies. Let me see your guys' impression. It's not easy. It's a lot harder than it looks. It's not all, I mean. But they do hate Saylor. Exactly. And who's going to become Saylor's wife? He's good father material. I mean, hubby material. I mean, Greg, it's only a matter of time. Repost the repost the repost. Thank you, Oracle. I see 14 plus 13. Good Lord. You're on your A game tonight or today. Thank you, Oracle. That helps out a lot with the algorithm, and that's part of the reason we have 800 people on the stream. Let's check it out. We got 21 hearts and 17 reposts, and I'm going to repost my own stream. Now we got 18, and keep it coming. I will be reading out all comments and quotes of the live stream on the try stream, but we're going to continue. Larry says the feed is laggy. It says excellent condition on my end, so just try to refresh. Earlier it was laggy for sure, and maybe you just got to hit the refresh button. Hopefully that does the trick. Let me know. And if someone can verify, is it good for you guys? Because it looks good on my end. And I'm also monitoring it on my mobile phone. And it seems good right now. So just try a refresh. Hopefully that does the trick. And thank you guys for the support. Let's continue with the news. Next story of the day. We did break down our TA, right? So next story is going to be the new chairman of the SEC. Nippinator's no longer serving the American people in that sense, but he's still going to serve as co-host of the Crypto News Alerts podcast. So it's not all, bad news today. So shout out to the Nippinator, the one and only former chairman of the SEC. But as you can read in the headline, Atkins becomes the new SEC chair, and let's discuss what's next for the, look at that photo right there. That's a chairman. The crypto industry has welcomed the confirmation of American businessman and former U.S. SEC Commissioner Paul Atkins as the chair of the agency, so Nippinator stepped down. Atkins' approval has taken months. He appeared before the Senate March 27th to explain his intended approach to securities regulation in the U.S., as well as his views on digital assets. Atkins will replace acting chair Nippinator as head of the agency, which began unwinding a number of court cases and enforcement actions against the crypto firms when President Trump took office. However, these actions don't amount to clear guidance just yet. Now that Atkins is ready to take the helm from Nippinator, the blockchain industry is hoping for the guidance they've been wanting for years. So who is Paul Atkins? Have you guys ever heard of him before? Let me know. And what can the industry expect? Here's Cynthia Lummis next to the man. I am pleased Paul Atkins is confirmed as chairman of the SEC. I sat down with Atkins to discuss digital asset legislation, empowering Wyoming's blockchain future, and implementing reforms to the regulatory rulemaking process. I am confident his leadership will bring positive change. Mazel tov. Anyways, an alumnus of Wofford College and Vanderbilt, Atkins has a long career in finance. He initially worked at Davis Polk and Wardwell before serving as the staff of two former chairmen of the SEC from 1990 to 1994. That was the same year Enter the Wu-Tang came out. Notably, under Chairman Richard Breeden, he assisted in efforts to decrease barriers to entry to capital markets for some businesses and middle market companies. After working at the PwC and Coopers and Lieben, Atkins joined the SEC, again as commissioner at the appointment of former President George W. Bush, George W. And as the SEC, Atkins focused on improving financial services compliance with SEC regulations. He worked with law enforcement agencies in cases where investors were harmed. This included the Bennett funding incident, a $1 billion Ponzi scheme. 20,000. I never even heard of that one. Have you guys? Bennett funding. Interesting. And after leaving the role as commissioner, he founded and led Potomac Global Partners, a consultancy for banks and financial services firms, and ahead of the 52-44 confirmation vote, largely along party lines, Atkins faced a grilling from the Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs. At the hearing, Atkins said the top priority of his tenure as chair would be to provide a firm regulatory foundation for digital assets through a rational, coherent, and principled approach. He said that the current ambiguous and non-existent regulation of digital assets harms innovation in the sector. We can all thank Gary Gensler for that one. More broadly, he claimed that the world industry wants to invest in America, but the current regulatory environment of our financial system inhibits investment and often punishes success. Nailed it there. Congressman Tom Emmer said that Atkins' nomination, it's going to be great, stating that the former chair, Mr. Gensler, under President Biden, set a pretty low bar. Yeah, I'll definitely agree with that one. Emmer said the SEC can soon provide the clarity the industry expects. Quoting him again, "We need stablecoins. We need market structure. We need to have clarity and certainty in the system." I mean, so there you have it. Now, while no one has that crystal ball, recent analysis shared from Cointelegraph showed recent dismissals of court cases and enforcement actions may indicate a future direction of the crypto regulation or lack of thereof by the SEC. The dismissal of cases revolving around the unregistered sale and offer of securities under the Securities Act of 1933 and acting unregistered as a broker, dealer, clearing agency, and exchange suggests the SEC may not consider the assets involved as securities. Crypto agenda could be hamstrung by the recent SEC dismissals. One point of friction in Atkins' ascension to SEC chair is the recent spate of dismissals of the SEC staff. The Trump admin efforts to cut certain types of government spending through the temporary committee of Doge have not spread the securities regulator or spared. As reported by Politico in March, a combination of different buyout and dismissal programs will effectively get rid of 10% of the agency's 5,000 strong workforce in the coming months. One source mentioned in the report suggesting that the total could be closer to 15% as layoffs, I guess, will continue. But there you have it, yo. Let me know your thoughts on the new chairman of the SEC, Mr. Paul Atkins. Let me know if you ever heard of him before. Do you trust him? Don't trust him? I'll read your comments out loud. Let's go. 77 Southeast Florida, beautiful weather. Idaho has broken a record temperature today, 81 degrees in April. What I love about this, we all work hard as what? And just need a fair way to invest and accumulate some wealth for our families in this limited life on this planet. Biddy is the rebel. Yell. Let's go. Shout out Johnny Cook. If I remember correctly, he was the one that pushed the class action to get investments back from Charles Schwab. They charge over 45% in fees without telling their customers. Well, that's good. Yo, did you guys see? I don't know if Trump intended for it to be public, but they recorded at the White House the other day. Trump is like, here's Charles Schwab. I know you guys know the company, but this is the individual. He's up $1 billion today. And then there's someone else. He's like, he's up 900 million today. That was pretty wild. I was curious if you saw that. Let's go Melda. North Coast Melda. East Coast Melda. Darth Melda. It's good to have you here. I might have to summon Darth JV. All I got to do is switch the white cap out with the black one. Bada boom, I bought a Bitcoin.
Stacking BTC like Tate versus the BBC. Stacking the biddy like BTC OGs. Stacking BTC on Lightning with no fees. Stacking BTC like Snoop Dogg rolls weed. Stacking BTC like Scarface with a nosebleed. Stacking BTC like Shinobi, nobody knows me. Stacking BTC like everyone owes me. Stacking BTC like Max and John McAfee. Stacking BTC, accumulating sats so rapidly, so happily. Stacking BTC so casually, no casualties of galaxies around Earth fallacies. Stacking BTC on a flat Earth with no gravity. Stacking BTC cause Bitcoin is your majesty.
Come on now. Love you, JV. Right back at ya. Welcome, everyone. We got close to 1,000 people on the stream, which is awesome. We're about to dive into our next story. Bitcoin doing a little correction, down 3,000 now in the day. Let's see if we can get a nice little bounce back above 80 so we can play 80 Gs. I have a picture of Benif on my screensaver. So beautiful. Oh, who's Benif? Or what does that stand for? Benf. Not familiar. Or it could be a typo. But anyways, shout out Dusty Hunt. Good to have you on the stream. And welcome those just tuning in, joining us this fabulous Thursday. It's crazy. Tomorrow's already Friday. Where does the time go? But I guess let's just continue with the headlines here, Famalam. Next story of the day. Regarding gold, headline here reads, top Bitcoin miners. Oh, not gold. Maybe gold was next. Let's see, tokenized gold. Top Bitcoin miners produced nearly 800 million of Bitcoin in quarter one of 2025. So it looks like I was jumping the gun a little bit, but here we are. You should be able to see on your screen. And then next we'll discuss the gold story. The largest publicly traded Bitcoin mining companies produced nearly 800 million worth of Bitcoin in the first quarter of this year, reflecting continued growth across the sector as Bitcoin prices held near record highs. According to the publicly available data, the top Bitcoin mining companies produced over 9,700 BTC in the first quarter, with Bitcoin trading at 81.6 at the time of this article. Obviously, we've dipped some since then. The total production value was at around 800 million. Marathon Digital, the biggest Bitcoin mining company by market cap, led the pack with 2,285 Bitcoin worth roughly 186 million mined in quarter one. And on April 3rd, Marathon announced it produced 829 BTC in March, up 17% from February and 10.5% higher than in January. And here it compares all the top miners from Marathon, Riot, Bitfarms, Core Scientific, CleanSpark, BitDeer, and Hut 8 is the one recently partnered with the Trump sons, Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, to build the biggest Bitcoin miner in America to mine the Biddy. And you can see a grand total 9,746 BTC, and which was mined there from March, February, and January, quarter one, 2025. CleanSpark followed with 1,950 Bitcoin mined quarter one. The value neared 160 million. CleanSpark's March performance also saw a 13% increase month on month. Iron, formerly known as Iris Energy, produced the third largest amount. For the quarter, the mining firm reported a total of 1,513 BTC, worth 124 million. Its 533 Bitcoin or produced in March was a 16% increase from February. Company's market cap placed Iran as the sixth largest Bitcoin miner by market cap. Then we got Riot Blockchain, which ranks second only to Marathon Digital by market cap, which has the fourth largest Bitcoin production during the quarter. The company reported production of 1,428 Bitcoin worth 117 million during the quarter. And like Iran, Riot produced 533 BTC in March, a 13% increase from February. You can see their market caps right here. Marathon is 4.25 billion, followed by Riot at 2.25 billion, followed by Core Scientific at 2.2 billion, CleanSpark 2 billion, BitDeer 1.69 billion, Iris Energy 1.3, and Hut 8 1.3 billion. Now, speaking of HUD 8, despite producing the least amount of Bitcoin amongst the top miners reviewed, showed the highest growth rate. The company mined 199 BTC in the first quarter, valued at 16 million, including 88 BTC in March, representing 91% increase from the 46 BTC produced in February. Now, on March 31st, as I mentioned earlier, HUD 8 partnered with Trump's sons, Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, launching a new mining venture called American Bitcoin. The project aims to be the world's largest, most efficient, pure-play Bitcoin miner. And in an interview, HUD 8 CEO Asher Ganoot said the company aims to dominate the U.S. Bitcoin mining. Ganoot said the company plans to build one of the largest and most efficient Bitcoin mining platforms rooted in American soil. And if you don't know, now you know. There's the latest with the Bitcoin miners. Oracle stole my pink lighter. Oh no, Bobby. Who stole my lighter? She's Louise. No lighter stealing around here. Bitty batty ladies. What up, chat friends? What up, Bobby Digi? Shout out to the lizard folk. Welcome to the live family. There is a pic of Little Dipper. Who's the Little Dipper? Nope, I only got the blue, the light blue, and the black one. There you have it. She didn't steal your lighter.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up.
You gotta pump it up. If you're not pumping it up, what are you doing with your life? Pumping it down? What sense does that make? No sense at all, precisely.
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up.
We're pumping it up.
Pump, 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 pump it up.
And we do it like...
Pump, 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 pump it up.
So you know what to do. But anyways, fam, it looks like almost now 1,200 people on the stream. We're going to be discussing gold next. Still got a lot to share with you guys. Correction day. I wish all days could be like yesterday, but my little dipper, my pit, is my profile pic. When you say your pit, like your armpit, what kind of pit are we talking here, guys? You crazy mofos. Oh, yeah. So I attempted to refill my torches. I did the, holding it, let the gas fill. But when I tested them, they weren't working. So I don't know if I'm just that stupid and couldn't figure out how to refill them this time. But they weren't working, so I didn't bring them back upstairs. So maybe I should try again. Maybe the gas wasn't going accurately. But my understanding was you just, I kept the propane upside down like it was instructed. So, the gas does its thing. And then I just basically pushed that little thing in the thing and assumed the gas was going in the lighter. For the most part, some of it was spraying in my eyes. I'm exaggerating a little bit. But yeah, if I can't figure that shit out, I'll just go back to using a regular lighter. But I'm in the process. Crazy, I know. Also, I had some woes with my dishwasher. Maybe one of you guys can help me. I have all the they're called smart appliances. So I'm either retarded or my appliances aren't performing smart. But so this is my dishwasher. The brand is called Cafe, which is a GE brand or whatever. You know what I mean? All my appliances in the kitchen are GE. And it went off on its own. I've never freaking used it one time. It's brand new. Ask Chandy. She's like, you don't use your dishwasher? I'm like, yeah, I don't want to deal with it. I just wash my dishes. Well, today I go downstairs and I hear beeping. And the dishwasher's running on its own in an error mode, CFE. And I can't get it to stop. And now I got to call a plumber to come fix the dishwasher I've never used one time in my life because I was retarded enough to put smart appliances in my home. No more smart appliances. I just don't get it. So, yeah, maybe I'm retarded. I don't get it. I can't figure out how to... I don't even know how to shut it off because none of the buttons work. It's beep, 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 beep. I hold the off button. Like I read the shit online. Nothing worked. They're like, oh, just unplug it. Yeah, if you can get to the plug, it's built into the cap. You can't pull it out and unplug it. It's impossible. So all I can do was shut the breaker, hoping it reset. And then I turn the breaker on and it starts beeping and running again. And I'm just like, yo, smart appliances suck donkey balls. I'm so pissed. Never used it one time. Now, I understood if I used it every day and now it's malfunctioning from using it too much, but I've owned my house for 3 years. I've never used it one time. So why would it just turn on in an error mode and then just continuously run and beep and drive me crazy? Unacceptable, smart dishwasher. Bullshit. All right, my rant's over, but that's what I was dealing with before my stream. It was eating up my time because I'm trying to figure this shit out. All I can do is shut the breakers off, but I can't leave the breaker shut off because then I don't have a refrigerator. So what do? Jeez Louise, they're not smart. And this is the reason I would never own a smart car. I don't want anything labeled smart. I don't want an electric car. I don't trust it. You think I even trust Elon or the government or any of them? No. You think I want them where I'm driving a car and then my car malfunctions and I can't turn it, or they just re-steer me and bring me somewhere I don't want to go? Like, I don't trust any of this smart shit. We had a new washer. It turns off sometimes. It's just not a good look. Nothing should turn on automatically. It's just trying to make sense of it. That's all. Sorry, I'm heated now. Bosch makes the best dishwashers. Word. I'm just an old school guy. Give me a fucking old school, whatever, a switch that says off. Everything's touchscreen, so when it malfunctions, no button works on the touchscreen. And it's impossible for you to turn it on without opening it because the buttons are inside. So like my mom's like, oh, you must have accidentally turned it on. Like, no, I've never opened the door before. It's impossible to turn on. But it has a mind of its own, and it's just stupid. Anyways, I'll get off that subject. 70 G's. Damn dishwashers. Not cool. But anyways, next story of the day. Nippinator hairs all over my black shirt too. All right, here we go. Headline reads, tokenized gold volume hits 1 billion, first time since 2023. U.S. banking crisis. That's right. Check this out. Tokenized gold trading volume surged to a 2-year high this week, topping 1 billion as investors pivoted towards safe haven assets amid global uncertainty triggered by Trump's import tariffs. The weekly trading volume of tokenized gold surpassed the 1 billion mark for the first time since March of 2023, when a U.S. banking crisis saw a sudden collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, and the voluntary liquidation of Silvergate Bank. Signature Bank was also forced to close operations by New York regulators on March 12th, 2 days after the Silvergate liquidation. Tokenized gold has experienced a significant surge in trading interest since early February, when global trade war fears started spreading to digital markets, according to CEX.io. Yeah, so since Trump's tariff announcement, the first one, January 20th, Paxos gold trading volume surged by over 900%. Tether gold trading rose 300%, and Kinesis Gold, I never heard of that one, volume increased by more than 83,000%. Tokenized gold has become one of the best performing crypto categories since Trump's inauguration, surging 21% in market cap and over 1,000% in trading volume, while stablecoins saw an 8% market cap increase and a 285% trading volume expansion during the same period. Tokenized gold is part of the growing real world asset tokenization sector, which refers to financial products and tangible assets such as real estate and fine art minted on the blockchain. The surge in tokenized gold coincides with a record-setting performance in physical gold. On March 31st, gold hit an all-time high of $3,100 per ounce and was trading above $3,118 at the time this article was published. Since the beginning of 2025, the price of gold has risen over 18%, outperforming Bitcoin, which has fallen by more than 12% year to date. Gold's robust price performance after the key tariff-related events highlights a growing appetite for safe haven assets, according to Ilya, lead analyst over at CEX.io. However, tokenized gold remains far from being a physical gold competitor at the current stage of the RWA development. According to the analyst who shared, tokenized gold presents a compelling alternative for crypto native investors who might otherwise look to Bitcoin or stablecoins. In this context, tokenized gold has primarily served as a diversification tool, gaining increasing traction in investor portfolios as market uncertainty deepens. Geopolitical trade tensions caused by Trump's import tariffs have inspired a flight to safety amongst investors, specifically towards stablecoins and tokenized assets. Following the 2023 banking crisis, the Fed created the Bank Term Funding Program, offering banking loans of up to a year in return for posting qualifying assets as collateral. This emergency measure was what started the Bitcoin bull run in 2023, according to the BitMEX co-founder, Just Blaze, Arthur Hayes. And if you don't know, now you know. Next story, we'll be discussing Bitwise doubling down on their 200,000 Bitcoin price target. Then the big news coming out of Florida. Florida taking a bold step to add Bitcoin to their state treasury reserve. So big news coming out of Florida, which is always fun. Smash the likes, guys. I appreciate it. I have used my dishwasher. My husband uses 100 pans and plates when he cooks. That's great. It drives me nuts. He is traveling now, so I can keep my kitchen clean. That's a W. FFS, I have a man here too that uses every single pan in the house just to make pasta. That's the best when you have a deal. It's like someone washes and one cooks, and the person who cooks makes it a point to dirty every single. I understand that. I've experienced that before, believe it or not. So be careful what you volunteer for, because sometimes it's a lot easier to cook than to clean up afterwards, if you know what I'm saying, ladies. Subscribe to number one Bitcoin music channel. That's right, Chandy10 Music. You know what to do. Smash those likes. It's free to do so. I'm going to check the X feed again. We're still streaming on X, Rumble, and YouTube. I'm still trying to nail this. I have faith I'm going to get it. I'm getting better. I mean, getting closer. I'm not giving up. I mean, it looks easy. I think Nippinator is more likely to get it, though, you know? It's hard for me to do that with the lip. You guys try. Let me know if you guys can nail it. Send me a video. Tag me in it. But anyways, I keep getting distracted on my X feed. Thank you, Chandy. Join the live chat. Always appreciate it. Thank you for commenting. Darth Melda's reposts of the reposts. Shout out Brian. Once the first state starts accumulating, it'll turn into a domino effect. Agreed, brother. And we know it's going to come from the state level before the nation state level, because things get done faster. I do it all. Cook and clean. Welcome to the club, brother. JV, yes, the cooks make a big mess. It's just the two of my husband cooks for an army. I feel you. That's called an overbite. Funny. But I don't do Snow White. Oh, snap. I dirty 9 pans to reheat the pizza. I'd expect nothing less from Bobby Digital in the digital age. As we approach the top of the hour here. Yeah, I don't mind cooking. I'm just so accustomed to cleaning immediately after I cook. So I never have like a big mess in the sink or nothing. So, I mean, and it's me and my daughter. So I just never had the need to use the dishwasher. And now I guess I can't. Funny. Thanks for bringing us Bitcoin nerds on pumps and dumps. You're very welcome, champ. We got to keep them nippinating, of course. Let's go, itty bitty. Itty bitty going up. You guys ready for the 200,000 target? We got 1,300 people on the stream. Let me check from my BTC News Alerts account. Shout out the High Priest, Max Kaiser. Hit you with a few more reposts, and then we'll continue. Bada boom, I bought a Bitcoin. Come see JV and Nippinator. Thank you, Melda. We ride here. We ain't going anywhere. We're right here. Got to fill that sink, JV. Got to fill the sink, apparently. I think there is Wi-Fi in the dishwasher now that I think of it. I know the stove has Wi-Fi and the refrigerator has Wi-Fi, though I never used it. And I don't understand why you need Wi-Fi. Helicopter crash here? No way. For real, bro? Is this something you just witnessed? Made homemade brioche hamburger buns and killer sloppy Joe recipe today. My grandson loves it. Happy to hear. Bada boom, bada Bitcoin, fairy tale. Repost of the repost of the repost and the repost of the repost. Of course, thank you, Oracle. At night, the kitchen will be spotless. Then he comes and makes popcorn, not microwave, and kernels go everywhere. Jeez Louise, I got to meet this guy. Anyways, all right, I love our rants, by the way. It's great. Next story of the day, let's discuss the $200,000 target from Matt Hougan. That's right. Institutional crypto investment firm Bitwise doubles down on its Bitcoin price prediction for the year, despite escalating global trade tensions. He says in December, Bitwise predicted Bitcoin would end the year at 200,000. He says, I still think that is in play. Matt Hougan suggests the fallout from President Trump's global tariff push would be beneficial for Bitcoin and crypto because his administration wants a weaker dollar, even if it means ending its role as the world's reserve currency, in which BlackRock CEO Larry Fink was sharing. We covered that in the pod. I don't remember if that was earlier this week or last week, but he's like, dollar may lose its world reserve currency status to Bitcoin. And Max is also predicting that as well. Hougan cited an April 7th speech by Steve Moran, chairman of the White House Council of Economic Advisors, which criticized the dollar's reserve status as causing persistent currency distortions and unsustainable trade deficits that have decimated U.S. manufacturing. Hougan said a weaker greenback could have both short-term and long-term implications for Bitcoin, and the short-term dollar weakness historically correlates with the Bitcoin strength. Quoting him here, dollar down equals Bitcoin up. That's what's up. I expect this pattern will continue. G's up, hoes down, quoting the great Snoop Dogg. The DXY, which compares the value of the US dollar to a basket of the 6 major currencies, has fallen more than 7% since the beginning of the year. And in long term, Hougan said the disruption of the global reserve currency system creates opportunities for alternative reserve assets, including Bitcoin and gold, as shared here. Governments and companies turn to the dollar for international trade precisely because of its stability. When that stability comes into question, they have to look elsewhere. The Bitwise executive concluded that the world will move from a single reserve currency to a more fractured reserve system, with hard money like Bitcoin and gold playing a bigger role than it does today. And then earlier in the week, Van Eck said that China and Russia were reportedly settling some energy trades in Bitcoin. In fact, there was our featured story in yesterday's pod. If you missed it, be sure to check it out. We also shared the latest from Kaiser predicting a gold-backed stablecoin being embraced by China and Russia, as well as the de-dollarization continues around the world. And on April 9th, Trump issued a 90-day pause on nearly all of his earlier announced reciprocal tariffs, keeping a baseline 10% tariff of all countries besides China, which he lumped with a 125% tariff. Meanwhile, William Clemente said on X that Bitcoin will be the fastest horse coming out of the drawdown. It's pure reflection of liquidity and no earnings. If anything, economic uncertainty, deglobalization are positive for the pretty little bitty going up. Forever Laura. Bitcoin up 7.5% over the past 24 hours. That was at around 82. Again, we're correcting currently, but it is what it is. The all-time high was reached back on Jan 20th. Ironic inauguration day. It's been downhill since. We did get a correction probably of roughly 35%. If we were to correct 45%, we can retest the $60,000 levels, fam. But you guys let me know your thoughts before we step into our feature story with the latest with the Bitcoin adoption in the state of Florida, the Sunshine State. Get your vitamin C and get your plan A, B, C, D, and E. Anyways, shout out Orthodox Boomer Grandma. Welcome to the live stream. Hodlin. I dig it, I dig it, I dig it. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. And again, show some love for Nippinator here. He's no longer your chairman of the SEC. Paul Atkins just took his position. He's not feeling the best today over that. He was a little heartbroken. He was looking forward to that position. So I don't know. All I can do is rub the belly and pray for the best. You know what I mean? Smash for the Nippinator. Thank you, Fairground. Exactly what Nippinator needs in his life right now. More smash likes.
Let's biddy up, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Huddle house strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
Bitcoin glow stack stack it up, let it show. Price discovery, patience, game on, let's go.
Biddy up, Roger out.
We're changing the world, there's no doubt.
Bada boom, everyone's been reposted. Thank you, Serge, and the rest of the fam. And I reposted everyone from my backup account as well, BTC News Alert. So you guys should be good. And shout out Citizen of the Free World and Meritesh, spreading the love, not the hate, JV. Up, up, Bitcoin, up, and away. That's right. Nibbinator taken to the floor. Baby, bed, too hot, like Bitcoin on the run. Precisely. Here comes the Chinese flags in the bios. I just saw 4 people with flags. I stand with China in their bios. That's interesting. I stand with China. Well, if they're Chinese, they should stand with China. And if they're American, they should stand with America. Call me old school. Save for my sons and grandchildren. That's what's up. Shout out to the Orthodox boomer grandma. That's exactly what you should be doing. Bitcoin being the ultimate savings. Pass on the generational wealth. Nippinator, come here, new chairman. Or former chairman. My bad. I got to get used to saying it. I'm so used to saying you're new chairman. So how does it feel now that you're no longer chairman and Paul Atkins took your place? Are you sad? Are you excited to focus more as a co-host on the pod? Nippinator speaks with his tail, by the way. He has a big tail and it wags, and depending upon the G forces of the tail wagging, depends upon the answer, of course. I don't think you guys could see it from that angle. The IPs are all from Tel Aviv, I bet. Shout out Chuck Murphy. What up, brother? China. Yeah, man. Nothing like China. Good old China. Anyone here from China? I'm skeptical because all the social media we use is banned in China. So no one should be in China watching unless you're doing so illegally with a VPN. I know because I used to live in China and I used to have to use a VPN to access any American social network, including YouTube, Facebook, you name it. It requires a VPN because they banned all American social media. They have their own version of everything. They have their own version of Google, their own version of YouTube, their own version of every social network. Pretty wild. JV running late from Mobile, Alabama. Alabama in the building, James. Welcome, brother. Give him a piece of the bacon and everything will be... pretty much. That's pretty accurate. But I don't keep bacon at the house. I'm a vegetarian, so it sucks. Nippinator, the part that sucks for him, he has an owner who's a vegetarian. Whereas any other owner is eating meat every day and is going to get some table scraps. Nippinator is not going to eat the lettuce I hand him or the chickpeas, unfortunately. He's like, I'm not into the asparagus, JV. Like my mom's dog will even eat blueberries. Nippinator, he has no interest in the fruits. No, he's not even interested in the blueberry. And he's like, not for me. He does like eggs, though. Sometimes, I make my sunny side up eggs, and I'll just be like, I'll give him the plate and just let him lick up all the yolk of the egg, and he goes crazy over that. That's as close to meat he's going to get. Or when my daughter's here and she orders steak and she don't eat it all, which is typically every time, and then we'll give the leftovers to the nip. So he still gets lucky. Lucky my daughter eats meat. Veggie bacon. Oh, no thanks. Yeah, anything with the word veggie and meat, no thank you. I almost died once eating I don't even know how to explain it. I don't even want to get into it. But that was the last time I got food poisoned. They convinced me to try the veggie meat. I'm like, okay, I'm at a sandwich shop. I'll try the veggie meat like a retard. And I get home and almost die. And I'm lucky to be alive right now because it happened to me solo. And I couldn't even make it to my bed. I was just throwing up on the floor and my entire floor just had throw up. I woke up the next day, I passed out. I don't even know how I survived. And I learned the lesson. You just don't eat anything that's veggie meat under any circumstance whatsoever. And I was trying to like figure out what probably went wrong. And my assumption is no one has ever ordered that before because everyone loves meat in Puerto Rico. So I was probably the only retard to order the veggie meat. And it was probably sitting there for too many months because no one ever ordered it. And they gave me something old that was probably expired. And it almost killed me. And then I just, no more veggie meat ever under any circumstance whatsoever. Like, I don't like meat for a reason. So why am I trying to eat a veggie equivalent meat? Like, I don't want to supplement. You know what I mean? Anyways, it was nasty. I never go back to that sandwich shop. It's a very famous sandwich shop. It's right up the street from my house, too. I never went back. And that happened, I think, in 2022. Around the time I moved to the crib. And that was the last time I've ever experimented with some veggie meat. No, thank you. Save your veggie meat for yourself. Best of luck. But crazy, right? Yeah, it definitely was bad. It should have killed me. I felt like death. And I was so weak, I kid you not. I couldn't contact anyone. I couldn't call 911. I couldn't get to the bed where my phone was because I was so ill, I couldn't move. And I eventually just collapsed on the floor in my own throw up and woke up the next day dehydrated and lucky I could move. And it was crazy. Veggie chemical, you should read the ingredients and some of that stuff. Lesson of the day, don't eat the veggie meat. You just don't eat the veggie meat, right? You just don't eat the veggie meat. Salmonella, veggie burger. Yeah, never again, never again. But anyways, now that I relived that torture, let's transition to our feature story of the day, broskies, shall we? A little silver lining in the air today. Little man, my chihuahua of 15 years, died in my arms. Oh, it's so sad to hear, bro. 15-year-old pet. My condolences. Yeah, my condolences. All right. Now for our feature story of the day, fam. Florida takes bold step to add Bitcoin to their state treasury reserve. Let's go, Florida. Now, I was raised in Florida from 6th grade onwards, so this is my old stomping grounds right here. My family's in Florida. And as you can see in this headline, posted by Vivek, state of Florida to buy up to $1.5 billion in Bitcoin if the bill is passed. So that's the key. The bill has not been passed yet. So that's the caveat. No one is bullish enough. Now here's the actual bill. It's called SB 550, Investments of Public Funds into Bitcoin. Let's go, Florida. Who's going to win the race for the bitty adoption? Will it be Florida? Will it be, what are the other states? Texas we have in there. Utah, Wyoming. I think there's now 30 or so states looking to embrace Bitcoin some way, somehow. Let's start with some of the key takeaways. Florida Senate Bill 487 proposes allowing the state treasury to hold part of its reserves in the pretty little bitty going up forever, Laura. The bill will be subject to a first public hearing April 10th. That's today. If passed, Florida will be the first U.S. state to directly invest in Bitcoin. Come on now. The bill is a part of a broader initiative to explore blockchain and digital asset innovation in the government. Florida is set to become a potential leader in the public sector adoption of crypto. Republican Senator Jason Brodeur, Senate Bill 487, seeks to enable the state government to invest part of its reserve money in Bitcoin. The bill is meant to enable the Department of Financial Services to consider and put in place a plan for the purchase and holding of Bitcoin as a treasury asset. This legislative move places Florida ahead of the state level crypto adoption, potentially setting a precedent for the other U.S. states. Let's go. Will Florida be first, fam? You guys let me know your thoughts. Pivotal intent of the bill. Senate Bill 487 identifies an explicit list of purposes. Here you go. Empower Florida to include other stores of value as part of the Treasury management strategy. Number 2, empower the state to be a part of the digital asset economy through owning Bitcoin as a long-term holding. Hallowed be thy name. And number 3, foster financial sovereignty and diversification during increasing inflation and increasing alarms around and about the U.S. dollar's purchasing capacity. The legislation places a focused and deliberate stride forward. The legislation does not impose immediate Bitcoin acquisition, but allows a window towards conducting a feasibility study, identifying risks, and eventually allocating them subject to adequate oversight and risk protections. Here's the timeline and legislative status. March of 2025, the legislation was first introduced in Florida's Senate power. Then today, literally April 10th, the first public hearing will be held for the bill in the Senate Banking and Issuance Committee. Hopefully that goes positive. And number 3, further negotiating and amending can be expected during the existing legislative session. So assuming the bill continues through the committee scrutiny and on the Senate floor, it can move to the Florida House of Representatives before the last part of 2025. Now for the scope of the Bitcoin holdings and governance framework, the bill is in a draft, does not contain details of the exact percentages or figures yet with respect to what portion or proportion of the reserves of the state would be held in Bitcoin. And it does contain measures to, number 1, formulate guidance on digital asset custody. Number 2, instill auditing and transparency protocols. And number 3, cooperate with registered digital asset custodians in order to deliver security and federal standards conformance. The Florida CFO would be asked with overseeing the implementation of any digital asset strategy, including the purchase, safekeeping, and risk management of the pretty little bitty going up forever Laura. Broader policy landscape in Florida, the legislation is fit into a broader policy trend in Florida towards crypto friendliness. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has already signed his support for financial innovation and digital assets, and also Miami, under the previous mayor Francis Suarez, has been leading the charge in adopting crypto-friendly policies, including in launching Miami Coin. How's that turn out? And Bitcoin conventions. Did Miami Coin ever launch? The state has also sought to create a fintech and blockchain firm regulatory sandbox, which further solidified its vision of becoming a center of digital asset innovations. And now for the possible implications. If the bill is passed and implemented, Florida could become the first U.S. state to actively invest in Bitcoin, validating the idea of Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset. Number 2, create the domino effect where the other states, particularly those already exploring blockchain solutions, such as Texas, Wyoming, and Utah, would probably follow, and make it easier for the greater public-private collaboration between the state and crypto custodians or the fintech providers, industry, and public responses. Supporters of Bitcoin have welcomed the bill as a milestone for crypto use in public finance. Critics, including the mainstream economists, caution against using Bitcoin as a sovereign reserve asset due to the volatility and regulatory danger. And number 3, tech and blockchain firms are keeping a closer eye, as the bill's passage would be an early trend of institutional endorsement of the crypto assets. So the $1 million question is, will that bill pass here today, April 10th? You guys let me know your thoughts. And if it already occurred, do let me know. And welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. We just discussed the latest Bitcoin adoption as far as the state of Florida. I'm going to read your comments, family. Looks like we got 1,700 people here. And I'm going to stick around for a bonus hour just to chillax and kick it with the fam. And don't forget, this is live and interactive, so let me know where you're tuned in from first and foremost. And feel free to address anything you like. I'll do my best to read comments out loud. The combination made my funds bleed on a Thursday, Sammy G. Veggie burger sounds a little tart. Exactly. It's a art-tarted idea. They kind of pushed it upon me because when I pulled up, they had the outside menu in the drive-thru for the sandwich place. And then they had a huge advertisement for this veggie sandwich packed with protein. And then the woman was pushing it. And as I order something else, and they're like, you sure you don't want this veggie sandwich? It's veggie meat. If you don't eat meat, we highly recommend this sandwich. It's not going to get any greater than that. This is the go-to. You're missing out on life. You miss out on this sandwich. And of course, I'm exaggerating a shit ton. But that's how it felt. I was pressured. I was coerced. And shit. I shouldn't have listened. But I was under threat and duress and coercion. The state of Wisconsin pension fund invested $321 million a year ago, though not technically the state, but for all the employees. Word. Hello from Spain. I love it, the itty bitty. Shout out Javier Martin. The real Javier. Not like that Javier Malay wannabe who was pushing some meme coin called Libra. Unacceptable. Bitcoin is strong, like my biceps, flexing on them. But yeah, yo. Let me know your thoughts. We still have that poll up, and I'll end the poll soon and read the results, but we'll let it run a little longer. Simple question. April Bitcoin cycle peak will be Just let me know where you feel the price action peak will be. Do you think it'll be a new all-time high, 110 or above? Or do you think we'll continue ranging 80, 89, 90 to 99, or 100 to 109? Or I didn't even put sub 80 in there, but we're currently sub 80, crazy enough. No more than 10% of the Bitcoin for each fund for Florida, says Suplic. Is that official, like written in there, or is that what you're recommending? Clarification, please. I won't eat the fake meat. At my work, they smell gross as shit. Smart man, smart man, smart man. What up, James? What I do? Should I continue working on my Snow White impersonation? I don't know why it keeps popping up on my timeline. I've never shared that, but maybe I've watched it too many times. Ye has been off the wall, his tweets since last night. I don't know. He seems to have hundreds of them, but he's saying some things I won't repeat. Definitely entertaining. And then it's ironic because his girlfriend, Bianca, I'm now following her on X. Whatever her man says, she just says the opposite. It's like, well, I don't think we should embrace Hitler. You know, it's like, it's crazy. Like this one, she wrote, I respect Kanye and his right to speak his mind, but I'm not a follower of his opinions. It's like she has to continuously warn that even though he's my boyfriend and I'm benefiting from his billions, I don't agree with what he says. Well, you're definitely dating him and you're ultimately, what's the term? Perpetuating those thoughts. But she says, I stand on my own values, even if it means going against the loved ones. That's so crazy. So I'm so entertained between her tweets and Kanye because they're polar opposite, but they're together. Explain that one to me. Is this just a psyop? Like, what am I witnessing here? Oh, shout out Stacy with Valentina. How cool is that? She in Bitcoin country? Valentina, let's go. I like that picture right there. Shout out Stacy. Orange Bitcoin shoes, baby. Valentina. Bring it. Is that like a rocket launcher? I'm digging the bitty shoes. They married. 50%. They are married? I didn't know they were married. 50% of my play bag going straight into the bitty. They broke up. I don't think they broke up. It's apparent they're still together just from her tweets. But who knows? I mean, who cares really? But it's kind of entertaining, I guess. New Hampshire House passes the Bitcoin Reserve Bill. New Hampshire, stand up. Please stand up. That's big news. Let's go. I'm going to repost that one. So Bitcoin adoption happening around the world. Wow. This is from Salvadoran Pride. Adults that visit Disney without kids might get deported to a Salvadoran prison. I'm scared to even listen to that one. But there it goes. If you're traveling to Disney by yourself as an adult, you're going to get sent to a Salvadoran prison is what it makes it sound like. I'm sure there's more to it, but geez Louise. Breaking, this is the news of New York with the helicopter crash, broskies. 6 unalived after helicopter crashes into the Hudson in New York. What the? Helicopter went down in the Hudson River near Manhattan. Emergency crew confirmed 6 people. Damn. Condolences. Jeez Louise. Wonder if there's some foul play there. That's crazy. Ye says, again, it's just entertaining. My funeral needs to be at least a week long, a 10-hour service every day so people can speak all the way through. It actually needs to be no limit. Put me on a display at my mama's house and let people visit me. Charge people to come in and use that money to... Oh my God. He's off the wall. The system is trolling us. Apparently so. RFK showing us who his true owners are. Now, shout out to Candace Owens. I respect Candace. She was a big RFK Jr. and Trump supporter. But she's been on the ball with, pointing out the obvious, who their owners are. Yeah, I mean, so respect to Candace. And even Theo Vaughn has been speaking up, which is not something I expect from comedians, but I just want to throw that out there. But yeah, it's not a good look. Candace believes that Israel has blackmail on RFK Jr., hence why he changed his stance on the vaccines. He says, or she says, that ultimately the RFK Jr. political figure is a completely different person than the RFK Jr. she knows. And he basically backtracked on all his, I won't mention it. We're on YouTube right now. I got to be careful what I say. Candace is going off the rails in a good way, in my opinion. I think she's being honest. I have virtually the same opinion as her, but she has a big following and a lot of people listen to her. So keep doing what you're doing, Candace. Expose the truth as you decipher the truth. That's all I can ask for. If you perceive reality through your lens, you should have the balls, in which she clearly does, the kahunas, to just reveal what you're uncovering. And that's your duty to humanity. Simple. You come across something, share it. Don't keep it secret. It becomes more obvious every day, speak on it. Easy. RFK Underground base clone version? Could be. What about Alex Jones? He doesn't seem to be the same guy, in my opinion. I think since that multi-billion-dollar lawsuit, things have shifted. Now he's like working out, getting in great shape. Who knows, bro? YouTube is sensitive to the truth. It sure is. Backlash, whiplash, eyelash, lash, slash. Soylent Green. I took a picture of it in the stores. What's Soylent Green? Word. Well, anyways, welcome everyone. We do got over 1,700 people on the live stream. I'm going to continue checking my X feed for entertainment here. See what I come across. David Icke. Oh, this was the clip of Trump bragging about his friends making billions in the market yesterday. He's pointing to Charles Schwab. He's like, he just made $1 billion. He just made $900 million. Ike says, is this the most corrupt regime in American history? I mean, think of it of competition, but it must be right up there already. And it was Donald Trump caught on video explaining his billionaire friends made billions yesterday with tariffs and stock market manipulation. I mean, he does say it, and he's like, but anyways, let me know your thoughts, guys. I'm going to continue looking through my timeline here to entertain you guys. Breaking: SEC publishes the CBOE's 19B4 filing to list Fidelity Solana ETF, if anyone cares about a Solana ETF. What did Alex Jones posted? Spiritual warfare, demonic possession versus the Holy Ghost power. Interesting. Candace Owens wrote, you've been seeing a lot of rumors about Justin Bieber and his marriage, plus insinuations that he is on various drugs. I unexpectedly got a major scoop, and it's a lot darker than what the public have been told. Oh boy. Tax on, tax off, Mr. Miyagi's son. Carmen Electra posting triple the trouble. Triple trouble. Bianca, just for entertainment, again, I don't know, I usually don't read this kind of stuff, but I keep speaking out because no one knows what tomorrow holds. If I ever have to walk a different path, I don't want silence to be mistaken for support. I refuse to be tagged or to hate or be accused of standing by when I should have spoken up. My values are always clear. Trying to make sense of this. So she disagrees with everything her boyfriend or hubby says, and she has the polar opposite opinion. Interesting. Ross Ulbricht to speak at the world's largest Bitcoin conference in Vegas. How many of you are going to the Vegas conference? I know Max Kaiser said he's going to be there as well. I'm sure it's going to be lit. I cannot make it. Otherwise, I would go. I happen to have my daughter that particular week of the event. China's Grand Canyon Bridge is set to open this year, becoming the world's tallest bridge at 2,050 feet high. Good Lord. The whole financial world knew the tariffs were coming in. They didn't position themselves properly, and then they shouldn't be in finance. Trump forgot to tell me. Soylent Green is a movie and a drink powder mix. Oh, right on. Is that a drink you take? Wow, Joe, it's official. Joe Rogan says the word retarded is back, and it's one of the great culture victories. Couldn't agree more. There was a time period where if I used that word, people would nonstop make fun of me for using the word, which you're not allowed to use. I always just perceived it as a word, but yeah, there was a long period you weren't allowed to use it. JV brought it back. Rogan brought it back. I mean, you want to use the word, use the word. These memes are great. Donald asshole. He prant art of this. Anyways, I guess that's what's going on. Thank you, Chandy, again. I'm reposting your guys' comments. Adam says, missing JV while I'm on nights. I guess I'll catch the replay. Better late than never, brother. Shout out Adam Taylor. Appreciate you guys. We're so back. You get a free pass. Say any word you want. If someone takes offense to it, so be it. Exactly, Bobby. I never understood what was bad about the word personally. Yeah, one time I spoke on stage at a conference and I said something like, I felt retarded. I said it like making fun of myself. And then there was a woman there and she came and spoke to me after I spoke on stage. This is like a decade ago. And she had like a special needs child. And she spoke to me for like 20 minutes on how wrong it is. And I just listened. I entertained her and I was like, wow, I feel horrible. I'm like, I wasn't calling anyone. I'm like, I was calling myself. And she's like, you just can't use the word. I'm like, damn it, can't use the word. So I'll never forget that. Our word is back with a vengeance. Exactly. The N-word is coming back. Well, I agree with that. It's like, it seems all the white people use it now, too. There used to be a time where it was unacceptable for a white person to say it. Like, if you were white and you dropped an N-bomb, you'd get beat up in public. A white person may even beat you up for dissing the black folk. But now it's like everyone on TikTok or on social media, every whitey is using it openly. It's crazy. That doesn't mean I'll use it openly. I may say it if I'm like reciting rap lyrics and I'm like by myself, but I have like the sense to turn it off if I'm in public and people are listening to me, right? You just don't, it's just not something you do. Look, the prez does not control the market. It's the exact opposite. The market controls the prez. Is the C word coming back or only in the UK? Are you saying like, look at Nippinator. Nippinator's bringing it back. Nippinator. Too cute. Jeez Louise. But yeah, if you want to offend a woman, you drop the C-bomb is all I'll say. I mean, we all used to say the R word back in the 2000s. It is so true, though. It's crazy how, like, a decade changes things, right? But it's 50-50. Cosmocom. Yeah, like, does a white person get a pass if he says it how a black person says it with an A at the end? Do they get the pass if it's said proper? Now, clearly, if you use it with an ER, there's no pass. Am I right or am I right? New Tom McDonald song, Can't Cancel All of Us. Oh, snap. Does Tom McDonald use the N-bomb? I know Eminem has never used it in his music, but he insinuates it, and then he just switches it up in a way where you know that's what he, you know what I mean? That's why I embrace Honky Cracker in the song I did, this one. Stacking sass like it's Max and Stacy. I say, I've always been a rapper, Honky Cracker, because I'm trying to embrace it. I have a black friend. Hilarious. Yes, you usually get a pass if you say it with an A at the end. My children, friends call each other the N-word all the time. For real? Now, what nationality are you? What color? I memorized the entire Eazy-E album when I was 11. My man. Nah. Oh, yeah. The ER is getting your ass whooped. I can't help you with that one, JV. Yeah, I would never use that because no rap lyrics use that. I'm just saying, rap programmed my mind since a kid, and virtually every rapper uses the version of that. No, he doesn't. He insinuates it like smart. Probably a good play. I don't think I would ever drop an N-bomb just out of respect. It's like, be respectful. They're all from Chile. Juice WRLD dropped the hard R. ASF and Molly Savage. Oh, word. Chilean, eh? No, word in Spanish is colored black like a refrigerator is on the box. N-word in Spanish is color black. So do you mean like negro? Like a negro bean or something? Black bean? Or is it a different word? Anyways, fam, what's good? Interesting conversation we're having here. $21 million Bitcoin, 8 billion people. Do the math. Only remember the earth is not round. That's a fallacy. Dax did when he was in Atomic Donald's on. Well, Dax is allowed. He's African American. I mean, African Americans can refer to themselves however they like. One of my favorite beers, Negro Modelo. Black beer. Oh, on that note, be right back. Beer run, broskies. Enjoy the beer run, Greg. JV always coming through with the heat. It's like it's Miami in this bitch. There's a Vietnamese restaurant called Bitch. Oh, shit. Now, in Mandarin, they commonly say the N-word, but it has a different meaning. And they use it as one of the most common words. It's like how we use the word like. So listen to anyone speak Mandarin, and you'll I'm not going to say it now, but trust me, if you were black and you're listening to Mandarin, you would think, even I Show Speed, when he was in China, he kept thinking they were calling him the N-word. It's like, no, that's just Mandarin, bro. It's kind of funny, though. Pretty funny. It's trippy. Oh, and by the way, Chinese are extremely racist people. I say that as a collective, and it's not to throw them under the bus. It's from living there for 13 months. They are openly racist. And they're taught to be racist. And they don't even see it as being racist. That's how racist they are. And I would dare say the most racist people I've ever witnessed, Chinese. And I know because I'm white, I'm a honky cracker, and my ex-wife is Haitian, extremely dark color. So black and white, we traveled China, virtually the only foreigners in the city we stayed, and extreme racism. Like, they don't even try to hide it. They'll just call you the N-word, or they'll be like, wow, and then they'll poke you as if you're not real because your color is different, and they won't recognize, you know what I mean? And they'll even pay you less to work as an English teacher because your skin's black. You don't make as much as the white teacher because the rich children's parents will pay more to have a English-speaking white teacher versus a black one, even if the black teacher is more qualified and speaks better English. That's a fact. I actually had to protest to get at the time, my fiance equal pay as me to work at the same school. They wanted to give her a significant less amount of money, specifically because her skin is black. And that's what they tell you. So they don't try to hide it. They're openly racist. Like, openly racist. At least they don't try to hide it, right? Bitcoin should pump tomorrow. Cantonese are the best Chinese racists? Well, let's just get it out. All the Chinese are racist. Cantonese, Mandarin, don't matter. It's just, they don't know any better. They're taught to be racist. People think America is racist, but they have no idea. Agree. Go just to any other country. Europeans are pretty racist too. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Exactly. I'll be back. I am far from being a bigot or discriminatory. I dislike everyone equally. Respect. So you discriminate equally. That's how you do it. It's called equality, Greg. 99.99. What up, Richard Howells? Has to do with the conversation about the blacks, though, JB? Did I miss something? Let me scroll up on the comments. Japanese are too. Every culture is racist. There we have it. I guess every culture is racist. It seems Americans are racist towards Canadians. Like, they get a bad rep. I've never heard someone say something positive about Canada or a Canadian from the United States. Usually we always make fun of them. Just as an example of cracker hating cracker. Just to keep it equal. But yeah. They love you long time. It's so good. I love you long time. Exactly. So yeah. I mean, it's been my experience. I've traveled a lot of countries. Yeah, most countries are racist. But again, China was the most extreme and open. They didn't try to hide it or pretend not to be. They're just like, yeah, we pay black people less. Like, what the? I'm like, do you know if you said that in America, you'd go to jail? That'd be illegal. That's inequality. They're like, America. Have you ever had escargot, like snails? No, I don't eat that shit. If that's what you're asking, unless that's something else. But I've never eaten. I'm not into the exotic foods. Like in China, they eat the weirdest shit. They eat tarantulas, they eat dogs, they eat scorpions, you name it, they eat it. In fact, you go to the famous Beijing marketplace, any exotic food you want, they kill it in front of you. For example, a tarantula, it'll be this big on a stick. They fry it in the fire in front of you, it turns to a crisp, and then they hand it to you. Same for the scorpion or any other exotic creature there is, they eat it. It's crazy. This talk was very progressive. Thank you, Cosmic. I got to enlighten you guys about China. Yes, I was just joking. Oh, yeah. I'm not into the escargot. Pissing people off again on X, JV. I can't say on YouTube what I just said. That was the comment. I gotcha. It was to do with the blacks. Right on. Well, keep pissing people off. Hey, fam. Sorry I'm late. I'm driving. Shout out Jay Coleman. I love the Chinese food, the duck and the dog. They eat it all. Eat it all. The crunchy legs, yeah, man. They're into that. And it's like a fine delicacy there. Is the most exotic thing you would think no human being eats is being eaten in China. From dog paws, you name the animal, they eat it. I'll take a sloppy Joe over a fried tarantula any day. You're missing out, Bobby. Polish rare mushrooms. Something about a rare mushroom, I'm in. I like the fungi. I'll take the psilocybin if I can. Just keep me on my toes. But, yeah, man. 1,900 people on the stream. What to do, fam? Let's go ahead and end the poll so I can read the results. Let's see what you guys had to say regarding the price peak for this month. Just give me a second to pull it up, and we'll end the poll. Bobby Digi. Yeah, you know who is he? As soon as it loads on my screen, I'll end it. I don't know why it takes a time when it's live. Can't stomach the insects. They say the insect protein is superior to the cow protein. 89,000, bro. Silo away, BR. Silo away. But yeah. What other things were they eating in China? Well, on the flip side, they did have like everything we had here as far as like, you know, if you're into McDonald's or KFC, that's very popular there as well. all over China. They have fast food, even the fast food pizza restaurants they have there, like the American style pizza. China's pretty much Americanized. You go to the shopping malls, they just listen to American music. All the kids are fans of like the NBA and stuff like that. In our culture, Hollywood, they all look up to like Hollywood and such like that. They watch Hollywood movies. I was kind of blown away by how Americanized China really is. They want to be like us. That's a fact. China. China. Psilocybin, eh? Yes, please. All right, the page loaded. We should be able to end the poll now. End poll. Let's see the results. Should be coming up on the screen, fam. Survey says. There we go. Okay. April Bitcoin price cycle peak will be 40% of you said between 80 and 89,000. 27% of you said between 90 and 99,000. 21% of you said 110,000 plus price discovery all-time high. And 10% of you said 100 to 109. So most of you are leaning bearish, which is fine. It is what it is. Thank you guys for participating. I want to go to Japan. Their food looks good. Yeah, I watched the documentary. Even the food in the prison of Japan looks good. Unlike anything I've ever seen before. Look that up. Prison food in Japan. They have like the highest standards than any other prison. In fact, the standards of the prison food is higher than the standards of the restaurant you're probably eating at in America. It's insanity. Japan's just on a different level. Can't say the same about the Philippines. Food is great in Japan. That's wild. Chinese desserts are interesting. Shaved ice with sweet corn and red beans. Yeah, I would definitely take the Japanese dessert over the Chinese dessert any day of the week. I'll go with the ice cream mochi. Can't go wrong with the mochi. Yeah, you're right. Chinese desserts, they add enough sugar to everything. Do you know their soup? Like where I live, they added sugar to every meal. Don't matter what it is. Soup. It's insane amount of sugar. But all their teeth were rotted. And you wonder, how could there be kids in their 20s or teenagers with rotten teeth? Because they have no conscious of health. They're the most unhealthy eating people I've ever experienced, Chinese people. But you're like, JV, they're so skinny and they're so fit. Well, their teeth are rotted. And their teeth are rotted from an abundance of sugar. They haven't figured out sugar is poison. And they cook food in so much oil, like the vegetable oil, the poison seed oils, it's unfathomable. I'm a vegetarian, so I'd order the eggplant, whatever seems healthy. They'd soak it in so much oil, you can't eat it. I'd have to eat at the Muslim spots. The darker skinned Chinese or the Muslim, Chinese, and they don't eat the meat. They have a different religious belief. And they cook the noodles outside in the streets. That's where I would eat, the noodle spots. Now you know the secret. You visit China, you eat the noodles. Can't go wrong. The Japanese apartments are insanely small. Yeah, because there's so little room. Same thing in Hong Kong, very little room. So their apartments are very expensive and everything is built like to save space because you're such in a small space, which is kind of crazy. I want to visit Japan. Yeah, Japan's on my bucket list because that's the number one country my daughter wants to visit. So I promised to take her to Japan. Just say no to the pork. There you go. Oh man, hate to say it, but when I go to Chinatown, most Chinese mouths stink when they talk. There's another thing. A lot of them smell. Their hygiene is extremely bad. You are correct, Serge. This is very typical in China as well. Most of them smell very awful. And again, that doesn't mean everybody. Of course, there's, exceptions to the rule. However, the majority, if you walk on the streets, you can smell everyone. That's pretty common as well. There's no hygiene whatsoever. Their standards are no standard. I want to take my son to Japan too. Nice. Just want to go to Japan to go record shopping? What do you mean, for records? Or to record going shopping? What do you mean? But I know when I go to Japan, I'm having a lot of mochi. That's on the bucket list. As much mochi as I can take. Chocolate, of course. We need more Bitcoin adoption in Japan. Come on now. It's been 55% capital gains. For real? So crypto capital gains in Japan, 55%. She's Louise. Correct. They also are addicted to gambling. We all know that. Go to any casino, you'll see Chinese, even here in Puerto Rico. Plenty of Chinese stuck on the slot machines. Baccarat, very popular game for the Chinese. They love to gamble. 10 million house. What is that for in Japan? $10 million houses. Like, how big are the houses? Good for blind people, though. Smell Lee is coming. Yeah, exactly. You can smell when Lee is coming. That's the silver lining. Bruce's son, Broccoli. Is your daughter into... Yeah, my daughter's big time into anime. That's why most kids want to visit Japan. Bingo. So when she goes to the mall, she has to go to all the Japanese anime stores. Hot Topic or whatever they are. I don't know all the names. And she likes to get the Japanese desserts and the Japanese food, the Japanese snack. Anything Japan, she loves. But you're right. It's due to the video games and the anime and stuff, for sure. Reading my last comment. You got it. Let me scroll up here. My daughter wants to go to Japan, and I have some business over there. So we may be going soon. Oh, snap. So Shortcoin, Oracle, and JV all have Japanese bucket list plans here. Nice. Anime is awesome. Exactly. Precisely. Dragon Ball Z style. I'm a fan of sushi and wasabi. Same here. I can't eat sushi without the wasabi. That's my favorite part. Wasabi and ginger. Did you see the Trump anime today? No, is there an anime on Trump? Okay, I know you sent it to me, so I just opened my messages. Thank you, Oracle. Here's an anime on Trump. I don't know if I'm being attacked right now, but my power just went out. So, shit. Let me know if you can still see me live. My backup power just kicked in, and I don't even know if I have internet right now. That was weird. As soon as I played the clip, too. Strange. No, it says excellent connection, but yeah, why did my backup power source just kick in? I have no idea. Weird. Cucumber and avocado roll? Yes. I get the avocado roll. We usually order 4 avocado rolls every time we order it. For example, tomorrow when I pick up my daughter, I'm pretty confident I'll order avocado rolls. And cucumber rolls, she's not a big fan of the cucumber, but yeah, I eat the veggie rolls. But just straight up avocado works for me. I'm still live. Good. Yes, very strange. But that was obviously in Mandarin, right? In the anime? You're being attacked? Yeah, maybe so. You're still on, though. Good, good. Yeah, the internet stayed. My backup source kicked in, and now it's off. I basically have one of those backup power things just in case shit like that happens. So we're good. If I didn't have that, my computer would have shut off, and it would have terminated the stream guaranteed. But due to the backup source, but it just like, why did that just kick in? It was weird. Goku versus Vegeta. Who wins? Of course, Goku. The light is stronger than the dark. Real Redlands. But I know everyone loves Vegeta, because everyone can relate to Vegeta. My friend was 14, and he used to run a casino he made from tips from Chinese gamblers, then the mafia. Shout out Francesca GM. Appreciate your sub. Thank you. We got 1,900 people on the stream. We're approaching second top of the hour. If you guys missed the first hour, that's all the news and, obviously from the pod. Then we flip it into a Q&A segment, which we're currently in. Japanese JV, Atsa-san is father. Oh, Atsa-san. Atsa-san. That's right. You probably speak Japanese, huh? I can't wait to watch this live stream while zooming on the bullet train. You're on the bullet train? Where you live, Papa Morty? And did you see, I think it was in China, they were building a bullet train that was like faster than like jets or something, like thousands of miles an hour bullet train. Why don't we have that in America? Something like, I mean, they even already had when I was there, when I would go to Beijing and such, they had bullet trains, and I think they use magnets, so there's no friction. It's just smooth, and it's like can go hundreds of miles per hour. And now they have one that can go, or they're making one that goes thousands of miles per hour. It's crazy. Jinping fires top general as per the BRICS news. Xi Jinping, let's go. China. Goku, of course. Exactly. A bottle of two Nigori sake turned them into samurai warrior. Now we're talking. I remember before I was 21, I remember going to like a store and I was able to get myself a bottle of some sake, and I just remember getting twisted off that bottle. Obviously, an adult had to have bought it for me, but I'm not throwing them under the bus on a live stream. JV 1.1 million party in Japan. It's official. Let's make it happen. That'd be awesome. And especially because Satoshi is Japanese. Clearly, it's a Nakamoto. Maybe we'll party with Satoshi and Nip. Now that Nips doesn't have a job, he's practically homeless. What was that I just seen on X? I don't know. What'd you just see, bro? Reminds me of that show, The Ozarks. I got twisted. Yeah. Bottle of sake. It was like plum wine or something. I still remember it. That, what does that say? President Xi, food is the best in China. What? Food is horrid in China. Worst food I've ever had, Chinese food. I don't even go to Chinese restaurants no more. I used to think Chinese like were healthy and such. Trust, they're not cooking. Everything they used to cook with is bad. Everything is bad. Nothing. The worst food you can eat if you're health conscious is Chinese food. Just take my word for it. I've been around the block. Don't eat Chinese food. I live in SoCal, going to Japan first week for June. Say China like Trump. How does Trump say it? I never heard him say it. Does he say China? Is that what he does? China? Like China? Why doesn't he just say China? Elon wants to build a tunnel from New York to London. Let's go. We already know there's underground cities connecting everything, and there's probably already that for the elites, but make it for us common folk, please, the plebs. What about us? Rats and snitches live together accompanied by a few thousand of the cockroaches. Hey now. Cockroaches, eh? China. 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 That's my impersonation. This tariff deal with China is going to be huge. Huge. We can't lose. Charles Schwab, how many billions did you just make in the stock market? Because of me. That's right. China. Papa Marty sounds like a great trip. Where else in Asia do we got to visit? If we got to go all the way to Japan, we got to make some stops. I've been to North Korea, but it was only for a stopover. I didn't get to like explore. Would Korea be worth exploring? Well, I meant obviously South Korea, not North Korea. My bad. I don't think we'd want to go to North Korea. Do you want to have a 1.1 million? That'd be pretty lit, actually. I'd be game. 1.1 million party in Tokyo with the real Satoshi. That'd be pretty gangster. Lots of Asians, I would assume. I would assume there'd be a lot of Asians there. Shout out John Reynolds. What it do, Johnny boy? Thank you for the sub. Nip, how you going to pay rent, my boy? Exactly. He's pretty much homeless. That's where he started. He was a rescue pup wandering the streets of Puerto Rico. 125% tariff. Oh, snap. We didn't calculate that in. Wait, that's Japan. Wait, that's China, though, not Japan. What about the tariffs of Japan? Here's the truth. No matter where you live or what your ethnicity is, 99% of all the people are fantastic. It's only 1%. No, that is typically true, but not in China. I'd say like 90% of them are racist and not fantastic. Unless it's the higher echelon of rich people. But average people are all racist and bad people. Like 90% of them. And they smell. That may be racist, but that's how I perceived it. I lived there for 13 months. So, but I see the point. You're just giving, humanity the benefit of the doubt. And for the most part, that is accurate. You know what I mean? For the most part, but not in China. Definitely not in China. I'm just saying. Taiwan, Nipsey can come. Singapore school, word. Now, Hong Kong was pretty amazing. Different caliber, for sure. It wasn't like mainland China. Mainland China, like where I lived, Taiyuan, there's really nothing positive about it to share about the people. Sorry. Sorry. My dog is Baja, California, Mexico Rescue. That's what's up. I have a friend in the community here that just rescued another pup. Dog's name is Rocky. Nip was playing with him earlier. Hong Kong was cool. Yeah, Hong Kong's pretty lit. Visited there when I was in Japan. It reminded me of like, my first instinct was like, this is like New York City on steroids. Just all the big buildings, all the lights. Pretty lit. And definitely a higher caliber because it's way more expensive to live there. In China, I was living amongst the poor people, and they had they had a very poor education. Hence why racism they didn't even recognize, and they were just all racist because their level of education was like down here. I mean, it is what it is. Trump went to North Korea. Oh yeah, he was the first president to do so. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Kim Jong-un. Oh, a society that is so closed and fearful because of their government that distrusts everyone. Ironic. They trust their government. I don't hate to say it. I can say they're kind-hearted, but they're so stupid in believing that what their government is telling them is true. Like the kids I taught English, because I was an English teacher, right? They all genuinely believe that their government was blocking them from the social media of America for their own safety. It's like, our government loves us so much. They don't allow us to go on the Facebook. Oh, they don't allow us to go on YouTube because it's dangerous. Danger. It's like, no, your government's corrupt and they don't want you to know the truth. They're like, there's just no way. They love us and we love our government. And you got to be careful because they'll snitch on you and you'll probably get your organs harvested out there as well. So be careful. I had to dip. I was like calling them out on their shenanigans. China is not the place for me. I speak freely. Let's just say that. So I know I was like probably on some list and I had to get the fuck out of there. Be quite honest with you guys. I was like teaching the kids that like, yo, you ever read 13 Bloodlines of the Illuminati? They're like, huh? Yeah, check out this book. I'll bring it to you tomorrow. It's like, your government is evil. Don't trust everything they say. I mean, I was probably out of pocket now that I think back on that. But I was young and didn't give a fuck. This is before I had Bitcoin, so what did I care? I mean, yeah, Italy is a very nice place. I may be biased. I'm Italian. But definitely the highlight of my Euro trip, hands down, was Italy. No questions asked. Trump says China. Does he say China? I thought I patented China. I didn't even know Trump said it like that. I thought that was like an original thing I said. Free thinking comes at a cost, sometimes at a price you're not willing to pay. That is not my X account. I'm pretty sure. What do you mean? What's not your X account? Read my last comment. Yeah, let's see. Tokyo is NYC on steroids with a steroid cocktail. Bingo. My ex-wife has seen more Japanese eyes than a Japanese optician. Optician. Word. I want to go to Italy. We shall go. F it. What are you referring to, Chandy? Did I do something wrong? He shared a song. Oh, new song. Snap. Chandy dropped a new song called Bitcoin Army. So I clicked on it just to be like, what song did she share? And then I'm like, I've never heard this. And then I look and it says new song. So Chandy just dropped a new track called Bitcoin Army. And I'll make sure to premiere it tomorrow on the stream. What I would suggest you guys, I'm going to go ahead and repost it now. You guys can repost it as well. I assume there's no video attached, hence why it's black. But at least we got a new song. So that's awesome. Looking forward to playing this tomorrow on the stream. It's called Being Too Open, JV. Yeah. Because if someone asks me something, like, especially the students, like, I take great pride in providing the truth. That's just me. Like, I could never sell my soul and purposely lie to people or something like that. Yeah, I mean, so it's like, they ask me a question, I'm going to answer transparently. And that can be a gift and a curse if you're living in China. Bitcoin Army, let's unite. Brand new song. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm sure it's another banger. Adrenochrome cocktail, anyone? No, thank you. But anyways, I see we surpassed the top of the hour. Make sure you guys check out the new Bitcoin Army song. I just reposted it, so you're going to find it at the very top of my profile. And of course, you'll find it on Chandy's profile as well. It's called Bitcoin Army. Again, you'll notice it pinned at the top of my stream or on the feed. Make sure to check it out. We'll play it tomorrow, and you guys give me your thoughts and feedback. Remember, we also had breaking news during the live. New Hampshire House finally passed the Bitcoin Reserve bill. That's very bullish. We got very bullish news here out of Florida. So exciting times. Oh, in Streamlabs. Oh, sorry, you're saying like in the stream, update the link. I could do that. No worries. But yeah, make sure it's Chandy10 Music if you guys want to subscribe or find her channel on YouTube. And same with X, Chandy10 Music. Good stuff. But anyways, fam, enjoy the new Jammy Jam. And I greatly appreciate y'all. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Same bit time, same bit channel. Last comment. What'd I miss? You've got to change. Was there another comment on top of that comment? Let me see before we end out here. I think that was it. Cool. Well, anyways, fam, make it a great one. Appreciate y'all. And I will see you tomorrow. Deuces.